Hi everybody, let me know if the audio is fine so we can start. Alright, well, we are 1 point away from the first position, and well, we were very close, so I hope that this time we can nail it. And the tactics is a bit different. I try to push the fiber clock 33 megahertz more, and if we don't have cold bug, it should be easy, at least. Easy is a big word, but it should be easier. Uh, I just test the board, everything is working, so now I insulate, we go full pot, and we try to score that first position. We need luck at the end. Cinebench is all about luck, but we have to push the CPU first and keep it pushed. Then a bit of luck is always welcome and needed. I hope that I will be able to benchmark the Intel soon, but I'm still waiting for my motherboard. So until I have an Apex, I don't risk to go with the MSI that is cheap, and honestly there's a lot of power draw there, so I wait for the Apex. I have good news. I have another 3300X, so soon we can try again with that LN2, hopefully without any cold bug. And I have the 3100 as well, so we can challenge Gamer Nexus if we don't have cold bug. And what else? This Friday, almost 100%, I'm going to do another live stream for the cheapest chips competition of HardwareBot. I'm currently the first now, but there's a lot of people, a lot of good clocker competing there. So the deadline is like my time, Saturday at like midday, but I will be away riding my horses. So the last time for me to score some good result is Friday night. So I will do Friday night live, hopefully to improve again the results and secure that first position. I really want to win that. And that's it. So we will have another live stream with LN2 this Friday. I don't know if I have time Thursday, so the day after tomorrow, to try the 3300X or I don't know, the 3100. We'll see. Lately I'm trying to make some more videos. I hope that you see that the video today was quite interesting, the Panlens project. Yes, we already tried everything, Explorer. I spent like days in this operating system to kill all the services. We've done a lot. So this is the third retry, let's say. Price increase, I don't know, man, really. Lately, AMD started to push the price higher with the X570, and now Intel as well. Say, okay, everybody is increasing, let's increase the price of the motherboard. Okay, I know that now they have more phases, they're a bit more complex to build since more core. But honestly, I think that they are, I don't know, gaining too much from the motherboard. This 3800X is one of the first since I got it at day zero. So it's one of the first sample, but it's a super lucky one. So it probably is the fastest around. If not the fastest, is a tie. Since if you see in HardwareBot, I have almost all the first position and I need this one. Well, now we are at tie, so It's almost at first position. I go back to insulating the motherboard, so when we go down the temperature, we can talk a bit. But now I think it's better to make haste and do this thing first, because tomorrow I have to work. Okay, I put this so you can see the insulation. Well, nothing new. If you've been already in my live stream, you know that I place, this is a diaper here to catch the water, the moisture, everything. Here you can see it better. So I need to protect the memory slot, the VRM, and to catch all the water and moisture possible. Otherwise, game over. So insulation is the key. First thing for extreme overclocking, sorry, is the insulation. All right, thermal paste. Cap frame is very nice. I really like that tool, since at one click and you do everything, it do the dirty job for me. And the frame time is also very, very useful. If you hear dog fighting, no, it's normal. I have 5 dogs upstairs. This was made by one of my friend, SA Mod. He kind of like gave it to me as a present. It's very nice. You should check our, because I'm in a team of modders. Actually, I'm the only overclocker in a team of a modder, and I'm learning a lot of things. You should check. It's like Italian Extreme Modders. You will find a lot of good mods, but good, I mean very good. And we recently we have been selected to make. We are one of the 5 team that will make the mod of the Cyberpunk contest. So you will see. I will probably make some video about that. I don't know if they want me to overclock that PC once they build it, but why not? It's a very cool contest. You should participate. Just you have. I think you have to send a design, and then one of the team of modders, and our team is one of the 5, will build that mod. Very cool. I think there's like an alien where to win. Okay, so we have some Smurf paste in the right position. Now the big block. Almost done. This is the most boring part, but it must be done, because if you fail to do this, you fail. Full stop. Yeah, this is a big cable. But it's very solid. I really love that PSU. Super strong. Probably I will need it for benching the Intel, since I think that at 7 gigahertz or so there will be a lot of power draw. Okay, time to check if everything is working. It seems so. I have two beagles, which are my first dogs. They are like 12 years old now. Plus, I found three dogs, like three stray dogs. So they was like in a kennel, and was a private kennel, and he was about to suppress them, so kill them. And we take that dog home with us, and now we are trying to search a family for them. Just more like this tiny bastard dog, but they're cute. They're nice dog. But sometimes they play a lot. They are like 3 years old, 4 years old. They bark, they play, they do everything. Let's see if I have boot. Yes. No, I'm Italian. I'm Italian, and now I live in Spain. I lived in Ireland. I lived in France. Well, I traveled a bit. Oh, what type of dog did your brother breed? Cool, French bulldog. They're very nice. First big mistake. I forget to put the probe. Uh, nice. Now is a big trouble. That's bad. Nice. I have to dismantle the CPU pot to fit the probe. I think I have to put the air conditioning since it's like 30 degrees here today. Too bad. We had a really nice placement. Rob first. Rookie mistake. Bread. Okay. I don't know if the XT is worth. I have my theory about that. Um, I mean, if they take, since it's not out yet, if they take a good bin and they simple increase the boost frequency, so only a frequency, maximum frequency increase, without touching TDP, without touching anything else, I mean, it's not a big deal at all. The only way that this CPU will make sense is if they made it mono CCX, so like the 3300X. If they do like 8 core, 1 CCX, only for that it will be worth upgrading or buying it. Then another plus would be a higher F fiber clock frequency. And if it's mono CCX with let's say 2000 megahertz fiber clock, that would be nice. But the frequency alone, you saw my test at 5 gigahertz. If even if they put it at 5 gigahertz, which is impossible by the way, but even if they can manage to do that, it's useless since the primary issue is the latency and the fiber that is not fast enough. So if they only raise the frequency, for me, is like useless. Maybe it's a good bin, but in my opinion, you can find a good bin like everywhere. Like this, for example, is one of the first, but is super binned. I mean, bin is all about lucky. With this one, like I can, if I want, I can keep in daily at 4.6 all core, at 1.35, something like this. AIDA stable, but only the frequency alone doesn't mean anything. Okay. Renoir sounds nice. I mean, AMD is doing cool stuff. They're not completely there, I think. They're still young as architecture, but it's getting really interesting. So in theory, probably mid June, we should have the new motherboard, the new CPU, the APU. Sorry. Again, if they are like mono CCX and the Vega, what is Vega 8, 11, should be a nice 1080p budget build. at least for esports or games that are not so GPU intensive. At the end, Intel with the 10th generation to me was a big surprise. At least I'm a World of Warcraft player, so in World of Warcraft the 10th gen is like 30% faster in the lows. 20% is a big deal. You can do in raid and have like 100 FPS, even under super stress with 40 people, spells everywhere. And now is better than Ryzen at with the lows. Probably is for the security mitigation. And I think well, probably the next architecture, 10 nanometers, they should do something interesting. Or maybe they follow the step of AMD, many cores, interconnection. Who knows? I hope that they keep doing 7 gigahertz extreme overclocking chip, since it's a magic number. I'm from Italy, northern Italy. Okay. I'm infamous war player for Italy. I play for fun. I'm not. I think like in Wrath of the Rich King, I was like doing a main tank in raid, but it's like a second job. You really need to be like full on. I don't have time anymore. I have too many animals and this madness of YouTube channel. Fiat Panda. Fiat Panda was a great car. Strong. Okay. It seems we are almost done. We can start firing the system and spill some magic juice. I want to protect very good the memories, since maybe we are lucky, but maybe we have to endure a good hour and memory start doing bad things when wet. Arctic Freezer. I'm interested in that CPU. Why not? I might do that. Okay, so we do a couple of boot at ambient temp, and then we start pouring. This time I'm going to use two thermos. If I found the second one. Ok, ciao Simone, ciao Roberto. Well, someday I think I will find out that AO cooler. I think there's a lot of good products out there, especially now that CPU are not so hard to handle. Because at the end, the Intel is not hot. It's more like power hungry, but not hot, since the work they did on the die was pretty smart. At least the 10700K that I have here is not hot at all. I kind of like that CPU. It's very efficient. Nice. When you have to do something, Windows always have a say in that. I start spilling a bit. I will do a couple of restarts. Okay, now like every time I'm going to check if we have a temperature matching the pot and the CPU. If we are more or less at zero, the mount is good. If we are not, we are in big trouble. I don't know if the new one overclocks better or not, but I think it's all about luck. Since this chip is one of the first, is day zero chip, and it's one of the fastest around, so it's all about luck. Well, if they made another stepping, this is another story, but this is something weird since, as you can see, we have 2 degrees here and 20 in the CPU. So something is not completely okay. The issue with the multi CCD, is that you may have one very lucky, like my 3900X, that is like on LN2, I was able to go like 5.85, so 85 gigas. And the second CCX is like 5.4. So one is lucky, one is not. Finding both to be lucky is harder. What I'm doing now, I'm not fighting with the motherboard, I'm trying to find a good placement, since the rod of this pot are a bit bent and I need a good contact, otherwise we will not able to reach the full the full uh, the full pot temperature. So worst megahertz in OC. Now we have 5 degrees of difference, should be okay. So I'm going to load the other profile since the one is at default, and at default the bastard goes up and down. We have also Windows Update. I don't know why I didn't turn it off in the first place. out. We shouldn't bother anymore now. So nice to spend the night waiting for Windows. Yes, I need to because I'm using the Benchmade validation. So I need internet. Since I'm using Windows 10, and in Windows 10 I need Benchmade. Without Benchmade, I cannot validate the score. And I have a couple of points more in Windows 10 than Windows 7, so I must. Come on. Super long. 1 sec. Okay, so now I'm going to load the extreme overclocking profile, and if we are not too busy updating this system, we can start. I want to try to raise a bit the Infinity Fabric clock and go down a bit. Maybe if we lose some megahertz with the fiber clock higher, should be better. If we can do both, even better. What was that? I think it was 7. Yes. So I'm gonna raise a bit and see what happens. Okay. Now I'm going to check again the placement. If the placement is good, we can start pouring, and well, we go for the first place. No chicken clocking tonight, so full pot, 5 gigahertz, 650 megahertz, and we start do repetition. SATA bug. almost there. This is the boring part, so it's okay. We still have a bad placement, which I don't know if maybe is a good thing, since if I'm not completely full pot. Okay, now it seems okay-ish. If we lose a couple of degrees, I'm happier for the fiber clock. Okay, now it seems. Let's try. Let's try. Whatever. Okay, let's go down. Now the probe is fine. This I don't know, maybe the placement, but if we lose some degrees, I'm happy because now I'm pushing 1633, and is to manage it at full pot is a lot. So now I go down to, I don't know, probably we can go direct to full pot and raise the voltage by here. The other day I got a frostbite. I don't know if you can see it. This this is a frostbite because I was peeling like this, and I was in rush, and I left liquid nitrogen too much on my hands, and I got frostbite. It's not good. It hurts. Minus 60, and we go all the way down. Some dragon action. It's a bit early now. When I'm full pot is breathing much better. I want to validate and to make sure that I'm online. Anyway, internet connection doesn't really change with this OS, so it's fine. I want to submit and to be able to see it to the first place before shutting everything down. This time I want to make sure, since last time I didn't validate for I don't know what. So almost 100 on air, on liquid. I can bench at 4.7 world core at 1.4 and something, 1.41, 42 with custom loop. Like I think I can close Cinebench at 4.75, 4.7. The motherboard LN2 mod, yes, yes, it is. So now we start getting to serious temperature, and I'm raising the sock. Since with this fiber clock, we need a very extreme sock. I'm waiting another 20 degrees, and I'll raise a bit more. We may have a restart. If we don't have a restart, it's easier to make the score tonight. The reason for the fire is that two reasons. The first is I can create like a glaze. I can create uh, a surface that is not. How can I say it? Um, that is like is a rough surface, so we avoid the Leidenfrost effect. Since if you see, I can explain it like this: the liquid nitrogen when evaporates, like float. If you do like this, it floats and it goes away. If the surface is rough, I avoid a bit that effect, so it's more effective. I can go down in temperature, and this is one thing. The second thing is that if something goes bad, I need to warm the system up. If I leave it alone, I need like 1 hour to go back to room temp, and with the torch, that is like 2000 degrees, I can warm up the system very quick, like cold bug, cold boot bug, and stuff like that. I don't know the degradation. I mean, with extreme overclocking, I can go all the way up to 1.6, 6.1, 6.2. And I saw that the more I use this chip, the more I can raise the infinity fabric clock. And it's weird. On water, I don't push too much the clock since to max out the fiber clock, I just need 1.1.1 of sock. So on air liquid, you don't need sock. The sock you need it is liquid nitrogen, but otherwise 1.1 is or 1.25 is more than enough. Now that was for Zen Plus, Zen 1, Zen Plus, Zen 2, 1.1, and I can keep my memory at 1900 FCLK with 1.125, so 1.1. No need now to push on daily the sock, and sock generates a lot of heat, but a lot. Like zero point 0.1 in the sock is a lot of degrees. So we are now 150 and we're okay, but I think if we have issue like minus 160, something like this. So around now. So it's better for me to start increasing the sock voltage at least 1.6. We go as well with the CPU. If we are still alive, let's go down a bit. We are approaching full pot. When it's very now noisy, we're about to go full pot. 175, and we are still in the game. Okay, now you know that the bubbling is done, so we are full pot. We are full pot, and the fiber seems holding. So it's easier now to get that point that we need. And now it's just about repetition. Okay, I think we can start. As you see, I don't do chicken clocking. 5.623. I do a couple of runs like this, which is I want to try with high first, just to see what happens. This is sniper clocking. R20 I don't know, but R20 is tough, so I don't want to risk this golden CPU. Let's do some warm up run. The scores suck. Why that? I think there's something weird. Nice, we need to restart. For whatever reason, there's something that is not working. Maybe the fiber is too high. Yes, I know. Oh, Joe. Hey, how are you? We have some kind of issue. We are at 5.6 gigahertz and we have a score that is less than stock. So, you know, you know what I mean. Usual stupid stuff. So we need to restart. I think I pushed the fiber clock too high and it's not acting as it's supposed to be. So I think I'm going to wait a bit. We do a couple of runs just to warm up the thing a bit. I want to avoid the cold bug, so cold boot bug. Okay, no, it's not working anymore. Fine. Now finger crossed that I don't have to go through the. Nice start. Nice start. Thank you, and well, have fun with the video. Weird thing, I think, is the fabric clock. When I was like 1633 megahertz, and when the fabric is not stable, you get shitty score. That's it. But sometimes the board needs to train for the cold, and a couple of restarts usually helps to solve that. No worries, we will get there. The upper cam doesn't work. You know that something really weird? When the motherboard doesn't work, the upper cam doesn't work. When the motherboard unlock itself, the cam unlock itself. Don't ask me why on earth this is happening, but it's like this. So I don't bother anymore touching that. I know when the board restarts, the camera restarts. Yeah, it's super weird. I don't ask me why. Sometimes it's like that. You have to, you accept it. We live in the weird. Nothing to see. I'm just warming the pot. The camera went into cold bug mode. I'm confident we're going to start again soon. Maybe, I don't know. If I'm Is the hot? Is the cold? I don't know. Nothing to see anyway. And I can give you this nice full screen. Which is in the room, yes. Probably is my dog that is doing sabotage. He wants me with him in the sofa watching Netflix. So I think it's the dog. Yeah, the shirt is nice. I like it. Brand new. Since this one is a nasty CB. Something is moving. Now, when I restart, I go to the BIOS and I dial higher SOC. So at least if it happens again, we have a chance to do a reboot at full pot or something like that. See ya, broski. Have fun. If you didn't see any live of Joe, you must go there. So go to buildhardware.com or whatever it is, check his YouTube channel, and really don't miss his live. I'm not missing anyone, so I really love the show he does. But I'm pretty sure you all know him. He's nicer than me. He speaks better English. We have some signs of life here, but I need to warm a bit. Let's see if we get the camera again. No, the camera is tied to the motherboard. Crazy. This is the issue. Now you know why I need this. I need this for this reason. When the motherboard is too cold, it just say I don't want to boot. Until now. So 93, negative 93 degrees. At this point, we try again with the high fabric clock, but this time I push the sock voltage from the beginning very high, and now I need to go down with the temperature. So it seems that I still have the bug. So I need to use this again. Yeah, the camera will unlock itself now, I think. Or I can do a manual unlocking. SATA bug. Okay, let's see what happens here. Still not working, so let me check what happened here. A second. Okay, we're back. Yeah, well, with liquid nitrogen is always like this. Is all the method of solving issue until you score. Patience, and that's it. Okay, again, all the way down, almost all the way down, because I want to check if we have again the fiber issue. The good thing about when you warm up the pot, you create that rough surface, and now it's easier to go down. In like 3 or 4 minutes, we are down to full pot, so it's easy to get back the wasted time. So now I want to verify if everything is fine before going to full pot again. Since I feel the system is a bit, I don't know, is not responsive as it should be. Negative 110, so 1.6. Let's see now if we have a better score or not. Now you don't see anything because it's in real time and I have to wait. But honestly, my Ryzen's, I didn't see any degradation. Now we have the score. Okay. So probably it's the cold on the fiber that give us a bit of hard time. Uh, as I told you, my chips, and you know what I do with my chip, I never seen any of my chip degrades. I don't know, maybe because I'm going all the way down to full pot to with liquid nitrogen, and I don't do a lot of overclocking with the custom loop because Ryzen doesn't need overclocking. For daily use, you don't need overclocking. Just tune the memory, and that's it. Now we're going to do a bit of chicken clocking since I need to understand at what temperature the Infinity Fabric is failing. We will be quick. 120, we go down to 150. And we try again because if I have issue with the fabric, I have to do a step back. So should be okay now. But maybe we have issue at full pot. I don't know. We will see. Nice. So no, this speed is no go. And since we can have the score without too much trouble, I go back to 1600 megahertz and we go that way. And now again, I have to warm up the temperature and so on. Shit. I had to try at the end. So plan B, we go back to the original FCLK that is working and we do repetition. Was worth a try anyway. Look how the camera stopped again. This is crazy. This is real crazy. Well, see you flankers. Watch Harder Bot tomorrow and you will see if we succeed or not. I won't give up. I will never give up. If it's not today, I will try tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it's the next day. I need to take back that first position. I will never give up. Especially when I'm 1 point away from the goal. So okay, we go back to 30 what 1600 and now we should be able to go full pot and do everything we want. SATA bug. Sometimes I have to switch SATA port to be able to boot. Don't ask me why, but it's this. RAM frequency is low because it's tied to the fiber clock. I have to keep 1-1. If I go outside 1-1, I lose. I lose score. So I need to keep the fiber and the memory in 1-1. So 1600. Memory is 3200 megahertz. Okay, so we're back on track. Now we go down again. Zen can do even 1900 if you're lucky. This chip can do 1900, 1920 to be exact. So now we go all the way down to full pot since in theory this should work. We go down to full pot and we do multiple run until we get to the first place, hopefully. Okay, we can start doing something. Hundred and 60. Just to warm up a bit. Smash the like button for the dragon if you like it. Only 38, come on. Show the dragon some love. Alright, 170, everything is fine. Okay, so we are full pot now. Time to push the voltage. Like this, if I remember correctly, it was like this. We do a warm-up run. Need to recharge first. Okay, we are full pot, and now we can start push a bit this CPU. 5.6. We do some RAM at 5.6 and we see how it goes. I think I'm going to not use real time right now because okay, we have a good score, which is nice. Still full pot. And then I can start raising the frequency a bit better. Something that I want to try is to lower a bit the sock voltage, but it's risky because I risk that I have cold bug since the sock at 1.6 is can make the CPU very hot and we lose a bit of frequency, but we avoid the cold bug. So now we go up a bit and then I have to use the tool to make one CCX faster than the other, and I think it was the second, but I don't remember. I'm going to try again. So I have one CCX that can do 25 megahertz more than the other, and 25 megahertz when you need 1 point is very useful. Okay, let's try to push 5650. We should be able to, and we just keep repeating the score like this until we draw the lucky down. Now start the issue. Fine. So I have to use the worker. I can't remember if it's the first or if it's the second. Okay, we're going to try. Okay. This should be stable. No, it's not stable. Now it's a bit boring, I know, but we need to do it. I guess was the other one. So, okay. So we have now one CCX faster than the other. So my second CCX is faster. Yes, my second CCX is actually faster than the first. Now we have to do some repetition to see the swing should be 20 point, 25, even 30 point. Well, my actual score is the same, 3032. But I'm in second position, but because I used 25 megas more than the first one. So I'm actually a tie. Now, what I want to do is to take a bit of voltage from the sock, hopefully not risking the cold bag. And then I can raise again the CCX to 50. Since less sock, less heat. Less heat, more of a clocking potential. So as you can see, with a bit less sock voltage, I should be able to close at 565. That's it. Okay, good. So we gain 10 points. And since my second CCX is faster, what I'm going to do now is to overclock 25 megahertz more on the second CCX. And now we push. We try and try. We will have a crash, and we try again and again and again, like this. Now it's just about patience, perseverance, and never give up. Well, I to make this OS, I tried a lot with Explorer, without Explorer. At the end, it's just about lucky, because I scored um, a bigger points when I was with the Explorer, when I was not even high. I was like above normal. It's just about keep trying and trying and trying. This was what was that make the score higher. I can try to push the voltage a bit. I need to find a settings that I can do a lot of repetition. So now the core was too much. Let's try like this. More volt. We have a trick that we can use the aggressive thing here, but I can do like one run and then the system crash. So I'm not sure that I want to do it. The problem, well, I can try with killing Explorer, but you will see that it keeps swinging. So sometimes it's a placebo. But it won't hurt, so I kill it. You know what? The issue was that I was not a full pot, so I have to check the voltage again. That was the issue. Okay. Okay, I know that it's running because it's boiling. And now we have to keep doing this until we get the score. Yes, the operating system is fully tweaked. Oh, if I run without real time, is a bit more stable. The problem is that we need consecutive runs. That was what make the difference. If I have to kill the Cinebench and open it again, is is bad. Almost. We have the frequency, we have everything. It's just about keep doing that for a while, and we will have our score. Maybe it's not now. It's at the after 20 runs. We can do it. Maybe this is a good voltage setup. So I have to keep watching the voltage and to remind me for the next time. So okay, 1.75 sharp. Better to save the profile in case we have to reboot. So I load that and done. I tried dragging Cinebench up to the screen, but placebo. I think I did 1,000 or more run when I tweaked the operating system. I spent like a full day trying every tweak possible, and I make like I took note on an Excel, and actually the highest run was like in above normal with Explorer and like this. So sometimes it's placebo. It's just you have to keep doing that a lot. Close. We need 9 point. See, it swings. It's just about lucky run. The good thing is to find something that is working and that can allow you to do repetition. Repetition with the same instance. Because if now I have to kill like this, I think like the counter kind of restarts. So I want to try a bit lower the clock. Shaving the voltage is useful since with less shock, less heat generated, more stable in higher frequency. Okay. Then maybe after a bit we can try the to I don't know to drag it out the screen, but I want to do at least like 20 consecutive runs before changing the strategy. Really. Yeah, we're close. Okay, almost there. But it's completely random that I can do like 10 round like this, and the 11th a swing of 20 points more. You will see. We can also try like this. No, like this is better. No, in fact, I can close it. No big deal. I don't understand why. In fact, I do need. I need that since I want to check. Ah, you know what? The first core was 25 megahertz slower. That's why. Now is set correctly. So we can maybe we can make it now. I think is less stable, of course. So let's try like this because I want to shave voltages. I don't want to start messing too much with that. There's no gain if I close it. Boom, 2 points, and we are done. See what I was telling you? It's just about pushing. Some tweaks are placebo. It's just about cross finger and wait, and try and wait and try and wait. I don't like too much this benchmark, but since they took my first place, I want it back. But honestly, it's boring. I prefer do super PI. At least there's a lot of memory tweaking and it's completely this it scales completely on the skills you tune the system. This is like a slot machine. So, I mean, it's a quick benchmark. It's good to do in a live since it's quick. Super PI is like 6 minutes. Now, Gamers Nexus, I think yeah, they were like 200 points short or something like this. So, my opinion, you should leave the stock cooler with the 2700, the 3800X is good as it is with the stock cooler. So you can change it for aesthetics, for but even noise is quiet. The Prisma is very quiet, so the Black Edition is nice. I have one there. It's quiet as well, but I mean depends. If you want to throw money in the cooler, you can do it. But performance-wise, it is useless. Oh, the boring part. Kill Open, launch, and repeat. At least we gain 1 degrees. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Yeah, my sock is high. If I want to keep this Infinity Fabric at this, I must use that sock that high. I should shave a bit the sock to gain stability, but if I shave it too much, we crash and we lose 10 minutes and it's late and I don't want to. I think maybe in 10, 15 minutes we can make it. You know why I keep the water behind me? Because I don't want to drink this. So at least, you know, when you're tired, better not. So, freeze again. I mean, now we are swinging. It's just catching the good swing. That's it. I think if I drink LN2, I got, I will have like a big frostbite here. I think it's bad. I think you'll probably die. Uh, have you ever drunk like 1 liter straight of cold beer? I think it's that multiplied by 100, or the slurm, the ice thing that you suck it with a and you froze your brains, something like this. Yeah, I don't want to find out. At least first I have to make this first position. Then maybe I can try, but unless I cannot die now. Okay, swing. Need to swing. Try to focus a bit. We need some good vibe in the chat, so we can focus the energy and we can have this lucky run. You can nitrogen and bleach, and you kill everything, even the corona. Yeah, we're close. We just need to wait and try. That's why I hate this benchmark, because okay, you push the system, you have to be good enough to find the harder limit, but it's not that. I mean, it's not mathematics lucky. With Super PI, you really need to work your ass and find the right memory configuration, the timings. You have to spend days, and weeks. It's more technical, and it's not swinging. I mean, if you tune something, you gain 1 second, you gain 2 milliseconds, but you have a game. Dragon. You want to see the dragon? Close. 5 points. The problem now that when I'm in full pot, the dragon doesn't really breathe too much. I love 32 mega. Is the one that I like most, since every milliseconds count, and you can never tell until the benchmark is finished because sometimes the runs are a bit different, and it's pure adrenaline. In fact, I have to take back the first position in like AMD record for Super PI. I'm second now, I think. Yes. I mean, the first thing I did the first sub 6 minutes, and I'm fine with that. But I want to take it back. So I'm already at 3032. Actually, we are in a tie because I have the same score as the first in position. But since I had 25 megahertz more on the second CCX, I'm second, even with the same score. So now I need 1 point more to be able to catch the first position. Super PI is also difficult because you need to do the WASA, tune the file in the WASA. I do everything on manual, so you have to. It's a mess, but it's a technical mess. And if you do the things properly, you get the result. As you can see here, this is the score that I did. Actually, is a first position, but I used more clock than he does, so I'm in second position, but the score is the same. And actually, in the first live stream we did, I scored 1 point more, but I wasn't able to validate. So that's a shame. I could have spared 2 live and overclocked something else. But it is what it is. It's a game. It's nice to play. The dragon, yes, he's not breathing much. I think the dragon is tired. Poor one. Now, more voltage doesn't really help now. I think we are playing really on a thin line, so at least the system doesn't crash. We have to be patient. Just about keep doing what I'm doing. I can try to push more the other CCX. Wait, I can push a bit what's this the base clock. So I might give a tiny bit of base clock. That was that is a good idea. but the system is more unstable. But now, if we can close around like this, maybe we have that extra juice that we need. Now closing is getting harder, but it's worth a try, as always. And the secret is never give up. If you never give up, sooner or later we will get a score. I mean, we have the frequency, we have everything. It's just about keep doing that. Yes, I can try a less sock, since less sock, less heat, but less sock means that if it's too much less sock, we will restart the system. So it's risky. It's very risky. I stopped a lot of services, but sometimes they keep coming back. Anyway, no big deal. Anyway, if I close edge, it will go back again. I cannot kill it completely, at least. A stupid process. I don't think so. I mean, depends. Sometimes the frequency is not everything, but if you don't clock the frequency, you get better results. Probably you weren't stable in the first at the first time. You know what I mean? I can try another like this, and if we are not stable, I go back to one step back with the base clock, since it's too unstable now and pointless. I can try to close it, but it just spawned back. It's a beast. And if it spawns again when I'm doing the benchmark, it's even worse. They canceled BlizzCon for the COVID. Maybe the base clock is too high. I don't know, Ryzen 4000. They have to resolve the issue with the latency first, because if they don't solve that issue and we can go to 6 gigahertz, we are still bottlenecked by the latency and the infinity fabric. So first they need to solve the latency issue, intercore latency, and they partially solve it with the monolithic CCX. But I'm expecting in the next generation Ryzen, at least 200 megahertz more of fiber clock, monolithic CCX, and what else? Maybe more cache, a higher IPC helps, of course. Okay, I go back to the original base clock. Since we're not going anywhere, and I'm trying with a tiny bit voltage, just in case. I mean, the cache is fine, but there's some games that they can fill a lot of cache. Almost. Uh, so they need latency, mostly intercore latency. The trick of the mono CCX was a nice one. The 3300X is a monster. So an 8 core mono CCX is a nice thing. With double the cache and everything, I bet it will push a lot. Yes, is everything that needs to be a bit redesigned or improved, not redesigned, improved. So intercore latency, uh, all the way that the fabric uh, communicate with the other components. I mean, just by removing the second CCX, I gained like 2 or 3 nanoseconds, and it's a lot. It was fast, but it's a nice build. More than G-Ski RAM, I will go with ballistic. Ballistic are super easy to tune, they're cheap, and it's not like a couple of FPS more than the BDI that make a difference, but you save like 30, 40 bucks that you can use. It's better to spend that on a good CPU, GPU. Sorry. Ha! We did it. Okay, now is we need to be careful and save the score, which is complicated a bit. So we can close this, launch, let's recharge, just in case. I I I'm not happy until I save the screenshot. Because last time I was super happy and I didn't add the validate, and that sucks. I will be happy when I can save the screenshot. This is one, and we should be able to submit. But I want to take a screenshot with the windows running just to make sure it's a first position. If something is off, they will not accept it, and want to save it again. CPU, memory, mainboard. Okay, this is not covered. It's okay. We can cheer. No, because I have to submit it first. Okay, I submitted the results. Now I'm going to check. I'm going to check, and when I see myself in the first position, you can congratulate to me. Okay, it says that I have the first position. So yes, thank you everyone. Now we can do it. I just recharged this, so let's see if we have some other benchmark that we might do. Just not waste a good full pot. So thank you everybody for the support. Nice. Now I can read the LN2. Let's see if I think there was another. I think there was the Cinebench 11 that I have to take. Yes, actually R11. So as you can see, sometimes the tweaks is kind of a placebo. It's just about repetition, and I want to save another screenshot just in case. Call me paranoid, but who knows? Let's save another one. Okay, now I'm 100% sure. So now I want to do the 11 since no, the 64. I think I was like in sixth position because I never bench it in a good way. So full pot. We see if we can grab also this first position with like one key, one shot, one key. Yes, because I submitted with the benchmate, but I take the screenshot and I submit it manually, and I will go back as well to the normal one. This score is actually 23.62. I think this is a second position. Yes. So this is a second position actually that I just made right now. I'm going to save it this as well. I'm going to do a couple of repetitions just in case. If we can take also the first position in this one, is an easy take. So if you can get some low-hanging fruit, why not? Yeah, it's about patience, perseverance, to be resilient and do it all over and over again. And especially this, the 11 is even worse as a slot machine thing. There's a big swing. And the other one, the other Cinebench, I can't remember the 2003, that was even worse. So Cinebench R20 is actually one of the best of the Cinebench. I mean, now I try a bit if we can get as well first position here, but it's not a big deal. Thank you, Stig. Really appreciate it. You just fed the dragon. The problem of R20 is a heavy one, and with this sock, I think I'm going to kill the CPU. So I don't want to benchmark R20 since I don't want to risk the CPU, which is a golden one, so not worth it. Maybe with the other Ryzen, the 3950, since I use a much lower sock and there's a lot of more global to take. But I'm not going to risk this. Yes, I can close this. In fact, I can go back killing Explorer. Since we are here, we are full pot, almost full pot. Okay, so like before, I kill Explorer. We do some runs. I mean, I already made my day, so I'm pretty happy. And if we can take it, it's okay. If not, it's still okay. Golden chip, yes, it's lucky. I mean, I was lucky with almost every Ryzen since I have like uh, top three or most of the first position that I had was like one Ryzen, one kill. So we are close. The reason why I don't close CPU Z because every time I do something good, I have to open it again. But since I think no, let's go again. Memory tuning applies to all the Ryzens. So if you have a Ryzen CPU, tune the memory. Don't think at the overclock of the CPU. Think first at the memory. When you have the memory tune, you can start to test with overclocking the CPU. Since when you unlock the potential of the memory, then you can see scaling in the CPU frequency. So first thing, memory tuning, and well, it applies to every Ryzen from the first generation Ryzen to the second one. And for tuning memory, you don't need to do like a super job. You just set a manual profile and you tune here and there, and you're done. It's because the XMP suck. Is saying that is more practical. XMP suck. So when you go outside XMP is fine, even if it's not super tuned. 1.6 B die, you start to be on the edge. For B die, I don't mind to leave the B die at 1.5 and something, but 1.6, I mean, you start getting a bit on the red zone. Now we have to beat a 62, 33.62. With the fan is better, since every memory tends to get shot. When the memory gets shot, you start having error or stuttering in the games. So yes, if you have a fan, it's better, but 1.6 not so advised. And especially if you have a Ryzen, if you do too much voltage on the RAM, you lose signal quality. So VDI usually for daily I keep it at 1.52 with a very tight profile, very tight. If you're on Zen 2, 3600, no matter what primary timing, is fine. Even if it's 3600 C18 and tight secondary timing is way better. The priority is fiber clock, secondary timing, uh, tertiary timing, and all the other tweaks, and then for the last, the primary timings. HyperX Fury depends. If it's a lower bin, no, because they use Hynix AFR, Hynix MFR, and it's a really bad bin. If I think it's HyperX like 4000 or something, it's BDI, so it's fine. But honestly, the Flare X is a good bin. Not super expensive, is a good bin. Or the Trident, but the Trident are expensive. And in theory, today, what is that? I just received a kit of memory that is super nice. This one, this one. Trident RGB. This is 4000 C18, but this can do almost 5 gigahertz C14. So it's a good one. And I'm going to test it with the Apex when I have the Apex. Since it seems that the 10th generation and the Apex can do amazing things with memories. I think we have to settle for the second position. So I'm going to finish this. If we have the first position, nice. If don't, I don't care, since we got what we was here for. And oh, almost. I'm going to save this. Here again, patience. Repeating, repeating, repeating. The 2200G overclocking, you have to try to find a profile of the memory around 3400 megahertz C14 and play with the secondary timings. 3400 megahertz is fine for Zen 1, and even if you go to 3600, it's not a big deal, but it's better like 3400 megahertz or 3200 with sub timings well tight. That I think is a, I mean, I test is a good mix, especially to overclock the GPU. The problem with the Ryzen's, the APU, is that you need a very strong memory, stable memory. Otherwise, you crash the V memory, which is the same. So you have to be really sure of the overclock in the memory if you use the integrated GPU. So this this Friday, I'm going to overclock this just to show you this. This is the Ryzen APU, the three with the Asus. It's a mini ATX. It's a very small one. So the pot is bigger than the look. The pot is bigger than the motherboard. This is the 3000G that we are going. I'm going to now. Actually, I'm the first in the competition, so I want to improve the score and make sure that I won that competition. So Friday night, I will do that. So same hour of today, and I think I will order other 30 liters. That board is the Strix Z X X470 I. So it's the mini ITX, the ROG Strix, Asus ROG Strix mini ITX X470. Yes. Okay. Kaboom. Anyway. Okay. Let's see if we can have a boot. We finish this and we call it a day. Well, you have to tune the memory. Once you tune the memory, you're fine. So there's nothing more to do. And you should be able to push it to 4 gigahertz, 4.1 or maybe 4.2 if you are very lucky. But about that, nothing else to say. When you set the memory to 3400 and tight subtimings, that's it. You have to do a lot of AIDA, AIDA memory benchmark and see the bandwidth and the latency. You have to find the balance, because sometimes if you tighten too much the timings, you lose performance. So you have to find balance. Tight is not always better. This is a golden rule. Every platform. Alla fine farò un saluto in italiano. Oh, l'ho già fatto. So this is like an Italian voice reveal. Next time I will do a Italian voice reveal at 1 million subs. So never. I love the V504. Sometimes I play bass as well, but I'm more like a guitarist. But I love bass. Epico. Hey, he's a cool guy, and he's an awesome player. Lemao. Yes, I can speak Spanish. Puedo hablar español, más o menos. And many years ago, I was able also to speak French, since I lived in France for almost 2 years. And well, I had to learn French. Now I can understand everything, but I cannot speak fluently anymore. Te damos la aprobado. Muy bien, gracias. I don't know if you can go to full pot again, but Portugal. I don't know Portuguese, unfortunately. I have many people at the office that are Portuguese. I speak Portuguese, but I never tried to speak that language. I might do, since I'm living near to Portugal. I'm in southern Spain, so I think in 5 hours I can go in Portugal, and I really want to go there. An amazing place. Also for the Porto. I love the Porto wine. Algarve. I never been, and it's 5 hours from here, so we are neighbors. I really want to go there. Yes, I think so. That once you learn two or three languages, the fourth is easier. I mean, being in an Italian, learning Spanish was very easy. Now it's 6 years that I'm here, so I can speak the dialect almost. So, and you're from Porto. I really want a big bottle of Porto. The problem is when I buy Porto, the, the beverage, one bottle, 1 hour. Uh, that's it. I love that. Sí, hablo mucho idioma. I traveled a lot. Africa, that should be nice as well. When all the COVID thing is done, I would like to visit Africa. I love to take photo. Another passion that I have is photography. I want to do like a photographic safari, and there's a lot of places in the world that is worth uh, is worth visiting, watching, learning. Kirtokos, did I get it right? DDR5, honestly, I don't know. It will probably be very useful for next gen platform like Ryzen 4th gen, something like this. But who knows? Usually DDR gets better and better, but sometimes all the bandwidth is useless. Look at the Ryzen. We are stuck at 3800 megahertz, and now with the technology we can do like 4.8. So I think DDR5 is too early. Push the limit. I have to take note of that. Gear to cause. Behind me is a cascade. I usually use the cascade to pre-test before LN2 to benchmark to have some fun. But now in summer is quite difficult because when I use the cascade, I have like 33, 40 degrees in the room, and in winter is nice because it kept me warm. Okay, so the board I think for tonight is dead. That's it. Probably we have some condensation around the VRM. I love the cascade in winter. It keeps me warm and it's nice to pre-test. No, I didn't build it. I got it made for me by a Polish guy, Piotres, and I'm very happy with it. He did an amazing job. I mean, it's like 2 years now that I have it, and it's still working at. It's like even with the 3950X, the sixth core, it's like 96 degrees, even in full load, minus 96. It's not some cascade goes like minus 110, minus 120. Mine is like negative 96, but it keeps negative 96 even under full load. It's amazing. And with Ryzen is nice since I can push all the way up the fiber clock without having cold bug. So it's just right there in the middle is a good temperature as well with the other platform like the first Core i7, the 970. Okay, I think I have the memory flashing. The motherboard is done for tonight. Um, so it's a good thing to be in the sweet spot. I was saying yes, the 970 Extreme. So the Extreme Edition 970 Extreme. So X4 X48. I mean, really old processor. It's nice because it's just below the cold bug, and you can do interesting points on Arbobot. Test bench board you use. What do you mean by test bench board? Yes, I have a lot of old CPU. I mean, I have like from the Athlon XP to now. I have almost everything except the big one, the big six cores. I still don't have it, but I have DDR1, DDR2, DDR3. I have almost everything. The problem now is the time to bench it. Since if I was like 1 month here closed with unlimited LN2, I will probably make like 4,000 points in Arbobot. Since I have really from the Athlon XP to now, I have a lot. Something that is cool, you name it. I don't have the 9900X. Sorry, the 99. What was that? 990X. I don't have it. I have the 975, 960, 9, a lot of i3, i5, i7. I have Pentium D. L edition, no. I have Celeron. I have a lot of Celeron to bin, since I want to try for the 8 gigahertz. So I think I have like 10 or 15 Celeron to bin. The problem is that I don't have time to do that, but I will. I have a lot of FX 8350, Phenom. Yes, I have a lot of good stuff, old stuff. The 920 is a nice CPU, but the issue that with extreme overclocking, it doesn't really like the cold sometimes. And but I think 920 I have like 10, and neither of the one I have I can use it with LN2, since I think one I have the multiplier that doesn't work. The other one is not good for extreme temperature. So that was hard. It's hard to bin. Okay. Anyway, here is everything is frozen, so there's nothing as much we can do. The memory is completely soaked up in water, and well, lastimo, sì. È lo che hai. So, if you have some question, everything, I will stay 5 minutes, and then I think it's better if I go to bed, since 2, 6, 5 hours, and I have to wake up. So, well, uh, come by this Friday. So we have the small one to overclocked. I will do 3D, so I think it's 3D Mark Vantage. Then is like what is CloudGate? So 3D Mark Vantage, CloudGate, Cinebench R15 again, and Super PI. But Super PI, I will probably use Super PI to finish the liquid nitrogen I have here tonight. So tomorrow we'll do Super PI for good, and Friday we can do together the last part of the benchmark, so Cinebench and the 3D, the Vantage and the Skydiver. So now I can dismount the pot since everything is frozen. So it's a big block of ice, so I cannot touch anything. So I just have to wait. In this case, I put like a towel here. I go to bed. I wake up tomorrow and I take it off. So is everything is frozen. So I cannot take. So well, a towel. I sleep. Eat the froze. So here, you see that there's a lot of ice. This is all ice. Okay, time for the goodbyes for now. And well, join Friday. We will have fun, since the Ryzen, the Athlon 3000 is a very fun CPU, since we have the voltage for the GPU, the clock for the GPU, the clock for the CPU. I managed to solve the cold bug, but doing 3D with the small one is super fun. And I found a good setup, so we can go all the way down to full pot and do the benchmark and tune the voltages. Is a is a good show, since there's no issue. Is everything is pre-tested, so we go full pot, and then we just tune the voltage and we push the frequency, so we will see a lot of action. It's not like this that we have to wait, do something repetitive, uh, bring the temperature up. That is more fine tweaking and more action, more fun. So mission complete, yes, because I have the best chat in the world. Really, to have a good support in the chat when you do a super stupid and repetitive benchmark is a good thing. And well, we got what we deserved. We had a lot of patience, and we made it. So yes, good guys. Thanks again for watching, for supporting me, and see you on Friday. Friday, more or less at 11 here in Spain, or you will see the invitation. Probably tomorrow I will put the invitation so you can save the date, and we will have a lot of fun. And if we have enough time, I can maybe test again the memory on the new memory with the 10th generation Intel. So if we can set the memory like almost 5 gigahertz C14, we can do some benchmark, we can see the scaling. In the meantime, we benchmark the Ryzen. So because sometimes the 3D with the Ryzen is like 5-10 minutes. So I can put two benchmark, two bench table, one with the AEO and the other with the liquid nitrogen, and we can switch both. So I try to prepare a good show. Okay, thank you guys, and join my Discord server if you have any question. Because if you have something that sometimes I cannot answer all the comments since now it start getting really crowded. Join the Discord server. We'll put the link now in a moment. So if you have any question at all, write me and I'll be happy to answer you. Or if you need for advice, whatever, write me. So I'm going to post the link of the Discord server. Good. See you. Goodbye, guys. Have fun. Thank you.